And we have more news coming in. Ashwini Vaishnaw pushes back after the IMF chief calls India a second-tier AI power. I don't know what the IMF criteria is, but Stanford places India as third in the world for AI preparedness. I don't think your classification is correct. That's what he said. Let's take a listen.
An AI player, but clearly in the second grouping that Kristalina is talking about, have to think about alignments with the United States or China to a degree, but how much do you have to think about that as a country like India? How much can you chart your own course irrespective of what the Americans and Chinese are doing?
Actually, clearly in the first group, and the reason for that is there are 5 layers in the AI architecture: the application layer, the model layer, the chip layer, the infra layer, and the energy layer. We are working on all the 5 layers, making very good progress in all the 5 layers. On the application layer, we will probably be the biggest supplier of services to the world. Go to an enterprise, understand the business of enterprise, understand the working of that enterprise, and provide that service using AI applications. That's going to be the biggest factor of success or successful deployment of AI, because that's where ROI comes from. ROI doesn't come from creating a very large model. 95% of the work can happen with models which are 20 billion or 50 billion parameters. We are creating a bouquet of such models. We already have a bouquet of such models which are now being deployed in multiple sectors to increase the productivity, to increase the efficiency, to increase the effective use of technology. So our focus is very much on making sure that AI diffusion happens in a very big way. And I don't know what the IMF criteria has been, but Stanford places India as third in terms of AI penetration, in terms of AI preparedness, and in terms of AI talent. All the 3, actually on AI talent it is number 2. So I don't think your classification in the second bouquet is right. It's actually in the first.
All right, so you heard there from Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw. They're pushing back in a sense after the IMF chief spoke about the fact that India perhaps has not gotten there just yet. A second-tier AI power, says the IMF chief, and India has in fact not really minced its words with Union Minister for Electronics and IT, talking about the fact that he doesn't really know what the criteria for the IMF is, but India has found its place, and this is Stanford in that sense, saying that India stands third in the world for AI preparedness. We are there and we don't need no certificate really, Piyush. That is the message from Ashwini Vaishnaw, representing India and saying that he doesn't really know what the criteria for the IMF chief really was, for then saying that India is a tier 2 when it comes, a second tier when it comes to AI power.
Well, that's right, Sneha. Remember that Ashwini Vaishnaw, Union Information and Broadcasting Minister, is representing India there at World Economic Forum. And while the discussions were going on, Ashwini Vaishnaw has now hit back, in fact, pushes back after IMF chief called India a second-tier AI power, where Ashwini Vaishnaw has gone on to say that I don't know what the IMF criteria is, but Stanford places India at the third in the world for AI preparedness. I don't think that classification which the IMF chief was making is correct. So that's the big message also coming in from the international platform, where Union Minister is now telling to not only IMF chief but also to the entire globe that yes, we are doing our best. We are putting all the efforts to ensure that India becomes AI power hub, and for that a lot of resources are also being spent. We'll have to see how the government in the future is going to put resources to ensure that India becomes AI power. But we have also been talking to various sources within the government. Even they are telling us that not only one department or one ministry, there are multiple ministries who are working day and night efforts are being put to ensure that all initiatives are taken to make this entire system much better, and to ensure that India becomes a AI power hub.
That's right. I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Piyush Mishra getting in those details. This counter that is coming from the minister Ashwini Vaishnaw saying that I don't really know what your criteria is, but Stanford clearly has given us a green signal that we are a leading power in the world when it comes to artificial intelligence and not at two-tier as claimed by the IMF.